welcome back to Growing with Ray. So today we are going to be doing a few things in the kitchen. First things first, I have made chocolate chip cookie dough that I'm going to actually go ahead and portion out on this sheet pan and put in the freezer because we have other different little treats that I want us to go ahead and make today so that we'll have dough ready for whenever we want it, but also because I need to get like some bread and stuff like that going. So if that's what you're interested in seeing today in the kitchen, then you know what to do. You just go ahead and sit back, relax, get you some snacks and some drinks, and you know we're gonna sit here and chef it up in the kitchen. All right. All right, again, like I said, the first thing I need to do is to go ahead and do these cookie doughs. The other night we actually made cookies, and these cookies are actually really good. I'm gonna try to remember to put the recipe in the description box, like the link for it at least, because everything I get is off of Pinterest. It's just whoever's the lucky person of me trying their recipe. Yeah, so we're going to finish this up. Hey y'all, it's a few days later, and so though we went ahead and frozen the cookie dough, let me get that out for you. We got them right here. We're gonna put these in bags so that we'll have them. Ooh, I'm gonna have a hard time. I thought I was gonna have a hard time scraping them up. We'll use a spatula instead of me keep using my fingers. But these are gonna go in a Ziploc freezer bag, and they're getting tossed in the freezer. What I decided is for all the cookies and stuff like that, y'all, we will do that on another video, but we will go ahead and get these bagged up. But we got a few things we need to do today. So I did make hot dog buns, and with this dough, I felt like I killed some of the yeast. The hot dog bun recipe though asked for instant dry yeast, but I got instant active yeast. I only got dry yeast. So I think that's another reason why it's not coming out like it should. However, the hot dog buns was good. I still felt like they was a little dense to a certain degree. So we're gonna make these into rolls, and we're gonna let them proof. Like I let this proof overnight. It got about double its size. We're gonna let this proof after we roll this out. And I mean, the dough is so freaking nice, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. That recipe is top tier. If I remember to put it on here, I will for y'all. But we're going to roll these out, put them on this pan, and have them as rolls, okay? Now, I may flash freeze them. I don't know yet because we don't really need them. I may flash freeze them and put them in a bag. We'll see. But we also got some drying thyme that I've had over here for a while that we need to go ahead and blend up. And then we got basil and mullein over here as well that we need to blend up. We got, I think this is mullein right here. This shouldn't be sage. I think it's mullein. We're going to mix all of that together. And get these herbs together, you know. Then after that, we're going to make sandwich bread because we need to make that because we're having hamburgers tonight, so we need bread. And then we're going to do an English muffins recipe as well. We may do the bagels. We'll see. But I want to try to get all of these breads and stuff made because they got a proof. You know what I mean? And then we'll see like the ending parts. So let me go ahead. I'm going to put this right back in the thing it's going to go in. Grab a freezer bag. I thought I had a metal spatula. Okay, I do. Yeah, if you just use a spatula, it'll slide them up like I was hoping. It's been out a few minutes though. I think it's doing good like this too. The other day, I needed a sheet pan and I forgot. Majority of them was used. I only got like 3 or 4 of them. And I was like, oh my goodness, why don't I have any sheet pans? And I was like, girl, because this is in the freezer. This is a sheet pan. One of them had the hot dog buns on it. And then I forgot what was going on with the other one. But I was like, oh my goodness. Another thing is, if you don't like the shape, this is the perfect time. You can roll your dough in a ball. I only did it for one. My memory card is limited on time, so I don't want to hold y'all up. So, cookie dough, chocolate chip cookies. 350, 12 minutes. Lay them out as flat as possible. And they good. You know, they done. Let them freeze a little bit more. I'll probably go back and re-roll them. Alright, for this dough, so I don't know how many pieces I will get. We're going to try to do it as even as possible. I got 2 of these pastry like cutters, dough cutters I guess is what they are. I don't know, but essentially all we're going to do is cut it in half like that to separate them. Alright, cool. 1 dough, 2 dough. One's going to stay there. From here, I'm going to separate it into as many even pieces as I can. And let's see. Split it in half. We got 2. We got 4. 6. 8. Okay. We got 8 slices. They're on the small side. We may just do 4 and 4. What y'all think? I guess it depends on how big they proof up, huh? We're gonna do 4 and 4. So move it together. Rows. They're going to sit in the oven to proof. Now, get ready. We're about to do bread. So, turn this light on over here. Get y'all by the mixer because this is where my mixer's at. We got 2 loaf pans. Because, yeah, it's not going to be in here long. Once it's mixed and everything like that, we are putting it straight in the pans. They're sitting in the oven as well so that those can get mixed too. Alright, y'all. So, I got everything out. I got the warm milk and warm water warming up. We need 1.5 cups of warm water and 1 cup of warm milk because I'm doubling the recipe. Then I need 2 tablespoons of regular sugar. I use raw, unfiltered cane sugar. So, my sugar is not looking like granulated sugar. It's a little thicker. I do have that. I only bought this for that watermelon jelly recipe and it did not turn into jelly, so we're going to make that into watermelon lemonades for the winter time. So those will be concentrates. I'm doing 2 tablespoons of brown sugar as well. And then I need 4.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast. This warmness of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 1.5, 4. My Lord. All right, 4.5. Then we need 4 tablespoons. We need 4 tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the salt very, very last. I'm just going to do a pinch of that. But I'm going to do that super last. I feel like it interacts with the yeast. It may like actually not, but I feel like it does. So we're going to let the yeast sit in this warm mixture of the water and milk for a few minutes. And when it gets foamy, then we'll be back to add the 6 cups of flour and that teaspoon of salt. Hey y'all, this is exactly how the yeast is going to look once it's actually been woken up. And yeah, now we're about to go ahead and add the flour and salt. This is the type of foam. That's hilarious. Next, we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. And now it's time to start adding the cups of flour. We're adding 6 cups in total. I'm going to lock it on this side. And, well, I'm going to add 2 cups in. Then I'm going to lock it. Now we are doing this little by little, 2 cups at a time. Just so that we don't add too much flour at once. We want a good, even consistency. The same way the dough was for them hot dog buns that I turned into rolls is the same way I want this consistency to be. So we're going to speed this up until it's done. Now, it went ahead and mixed. This is a dough hook, which is really good. I usually use the paddle, but we're going to stick with this. Every so often, you're going to need to brush down the sides. I'm going to go ahead and get one of these red little silicone little spatula things to brush them down. But yeah, let's go ahead and add the second 2 cups. So it'll be 4 cups in total. We're going to mix it up, lock it in place. Alright, this is what it's looking like after 4 cups. We're going to go ahead and wipe down all the other ends of the sides that I wasn't able to get the first time. Knock as much of this dough off as possible. And now we're going to add the last 2 cups. And then we should be good to go ahead and put them in their pans. Alright, that's enough kneading for me. We're going to let it fall off the hook. I'm probably going to put flour on my hands. No, actually I'm not. This is a real good consistency. Okay, cool. When you touch it, you don't want it to stick too much to you. So if there's areas that is sticking, I feel like it needs to be kneaded a little bit more. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to put it in these pans, okay? I'm literally just going to try to get this out of here and knead it in my hands as much as possible. The majority of the dough, if not all of it, should sit here and stick together. It should feel almost like Play-Doh. I'm punching it down just to get these pieces on the bottom of the bowl in a ball. Usually you'll let it rest one good time. Punch it after about an hour. Get the air out. Because you're going to let this gluten in it that's developing to rest. But I'm going to go ahead and slice it in half, because like I told y'all, we on a time crunch. And we're gonna let it just rise into a little log like this in these pans. Usually you can flatten it out and then roll it up into a log. Of course, it'll look way better than that. And then put it in there. And breads are done. We're about to let them rest. Y'all, I seen Natasha make some watermelon sherbet, so that's what I want to do. I mentioned about Natasha and the Sherbert Farms homestead on the last video. I actually want to go ahead and make some watermelon sherbet. So these watermelons have been sitting in the fridge. They're starting to have like that little skin of dryness, and I need to go ahead and cut these up, take the seeds out, so we can get these diced up in the freezer, and then we can make them into sherbet with this honey and a little vanilla. Maybe vanilla, maybe, but we're gonna definitely add some honey and some sugar, and yeah. Hey y'all, so we have cooked the rolls and they look really good, y'all. I put them in this bag because I'm gonna probably go ahead and put them in the fridge or maybe the freezer. I don't know yet. We used them as hamburger buns tonight for dinner. They was really good. Even when I did the hot dog buns with them, they was really good. I don't know if I want to do them as like dropped biscuits or whatever, and like make them into sandwiches for breakfast, or what I'm gonna do with them just yet. But they baked, so they're gonna probably go in the freezer. There's only 6 of them left. The breads are done. One of them did not rise as much as I wanted them to, but look at that. Don't they look so good? They need to cool off, and then one of them is gonna get pre-sliced and put into a gallon bag as well, and the other one's gonna get cooled off, pre-sliced, and put in the fridge, because that's how we preserve them. Now it's midnight. Did a few things in between. Finally got these baked. These are still warm. They literally just came out the oven. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in the morning, so then we will be wrapping up this video, okay? Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's the next morning. So I did go ahead and cut up the bread. I'm gonna insert a picture here. And then I did make some toast with the bread, and I actually got both of them on my table over here. I'm gonna put one in the freezer. I did do thicker slices on one loaf versus the other one, but right now I am getting ready. We're gonna make 2 last things before we really end the video. Well, it'll be 3, because I really need to get these things processed. We're gonna make banana bread. We're gonna finish the watermelon sherbet. I did only get the opportunity to go ahead and cut up the red one. I'll cut up the yellow one later on today, and that'll probably just be in the next video that y'all see. But we're also making blackberry jam. I see how many cups of blackberries I got this year. Because these are grown at my mom's. At her home, the prior owner at her home has blackberry bushes there. So the last 2 years I've made jam out of them because we've had enough to do such. So far I got 1.5 cups. I'm trying to see if I'm going to get at least 3 or 4 cups, but I don't know. We got a lot of juice though too. And this is a 1/2 cup measure. We got 2 cups. Maybe get at least 3 cups at least. Alright. Let's see if this is going to be 3 cups exactly. Yeah, so we got 3 cups exactly, which is fine. It'll be 3 cups of blackberries, 3 cups of sugar. And we're going to go ahead and turn this on. What's so interesting, I probably should have got the breadcrumbs from around the plate of it since this is a gas stove, but it's alright. I don't have a regular masher, so I'm going to just use my meat masher. I may eventually just use the immersion blender, so I actually may not mash it just yet. I'm going to mash it. Anyways. Now, you can always like run this through a juicer and then it'll be a seedless blackberry jelly and not a jam because you'll be using the juice. It makes it a jelly because you're using the actual fruit pieces in there. It's more like, you know, almost like a compote. Like a preserve. Almost like a compote. But yeah, we're going to end up still using the immersion blender. Right now they just need to cook. So I'm going to let that go ahead and start doing its thing. And while that's getting ready, I'm also going to go ahead and add the 3 cups of sugar. Okay, so the mail just got here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 cup so far. I think I'm really gonna wait. I'm gonna end up using the regular granulated sugar. So we're gonna let that melt, mesh together. I love sugar when it gets all meshy and stuff because it gets real like watery. Like one day we're gonna have to make caramel, y'all. I think that'll be so good. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna go ahead and get the watermelon. So let's go get that. And we're about to start making the sherbet. So you see the tomatoes? We got a whole nother recipe of stuff that we're gonna make on another video. And I got certain produce in here that I gotta get processed into these recipes, which is why we're making these now. And like, here's the bread that I was telling y'all about. Don't they look so good? I mean, they smell so good. They taste good. I'm just so happy about it. I officially have 1 gallon size of okra that I have grown and chopped up. Had I known it was so easy to make like fried okra, I would have already went ahead and started battering that. It's so interesting to see though. But okay, We got the watermelon. You can do it with honey if you would like. If you would like, you can do stuff with honey. But I'm just going to use sugar. No, I didn't measure it. No, I'm not going to measure it. I want to taste it once everything's mixed up. Same way I do Kool-Aid. I'm not measuring it. I'm sorry, y'all. There's recipes. I'll probably link one down below for y'all. Ooh, wee. Ooh, y'all. This is stuff. We may not be able to get this watermelon up. Hold on. Alright, hold on. I should expect some drawback though. But there we go. And now we're gonna need a big old bowl. Okay, we're gonna take the sugar out and try our hardest to just get this watermelon processed. I didn't expect this at all. And I could be using my juicer because it's a sorbet thing. But we're gonna try this. So take the blade and stuff out of here. I'm gonna put this in a miniature bowl. To find things today. But oh well. Let's see how this goes. I'm just wondering. Work with what we got. Let's do that. I don't even know if my food processor can handle this being frozen. We're about to find out together. I have some of that watermelon concentrate that I made that I'm gonna pour in here. It's starting to gelatize, which is crazy to see, but sometimes, see, that's what I don't like. Sometimes it takes stuff weeks to work, and the pectin is just now working in this. It's actually very good. All right. Alright, y'all, if there's one thing I've learned, it's to not freeze this overnight. Do it just for a few hours, just just enough for it to turn into like a little sorbet. We're gonna go ahead and dry this up. We're gonna let this defrost some before I actually start making the rest of it, because otherwise we're gonna embarrassingly just be sitting here beating a dead horse. And so we're getting back over here to the gym because it's boiling already. We're gonna do equal parts. So it was 3 cups of blackberries. We already added 1 cup of sugar. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to add the other cups of it. And I'm gonna just use the regular granulated sugar too, since I already got it out. I'm sure there's a pectin that's made that you can use honey instead. Instead of sugar, because I've seen people use it on YouTube. Alright, we need to get to cup 2 at least. Alright, 2 cups. And I must say, I am not a professional, so I don't always go by the seat of my pants, but sometimes I do. We're going to stir this in. And yes, I know, like, oh my goodness, you should be adding the pectin now too. We'll do it in a second. So, 3 cups of blackberries with the sugar. The things of pectin is like an ounce, and some is like 1 point something ounces. So we got some pectin here. Oh my goodness, I may not have enough. We're gonna see. I got 1.10 ounces. I'm gonna let this reduce some because I'm gonna need the sugar to really work as the glue as well, unless I go get some more pectin. But this is a small batch. I think that's really honestly more than enough for just 3 cups of blackberries, because usually they call for like 8 cups of blackberries, and I got 3. I don't know how many cups it was when it was fresh. This was it frozen, you know. That's just what we're gonna do. I think the sorbet may cover these 2. We're gonna go back over there and try to stack them together, fill them up, whatever you call it. All right, so if I'm being honest with y'all, I don't even know if I'm gonna show y'all me finishing the rest of these, because I was not expecting it to go the way it just did. But I'm definitely happy to say, number 1, I can use this watermelon jelly in here to give it its like liquid. Oh, this is only going to fill 1 jar, and it may not even fill the whole jar. We're going to try again. Yes, ma'am. Put the blade in here. Put the watermelon in here. Teaspoons of watermelon jelly. believe it's starting to set up. I'm gonna do 3. I mean, I can, because it should have. My first time having a jelly take literally over a week to set up. I'm happy I looked behind me because the blackberries almost over bubbled on the pot. Alright, y'all, we've done this for a few minutes. And it's still like a top chunk piece that did not go all the way. This is going to be a back and forth process, y'all. Unfortunately, like the only way for this to have a consistency of like all of them staying exactly the same outside of me about this sorbet. You are doing the watermelon, do them in smaller sections. Like I went through again a second time with the knife and just chopped these pieces in smaller pieces. That's going to help a lot. Each time I do this, it's basically like I'm doing 1/2 pint. So I'm going to be here a while. At this rate. But it's worth it, y'all. I'll show you everything at the end. Y'all, the blackberry jam is jamming, okay? And I still have yet to add the pectin in. I'm going to end up mixing this with the immersion blender. Because it's setting up already, I think I'm going to go ahead and immersion blend it now. Usually you can put something underneath it just to keep it from burning anything. I have it on 2. Show y'all how well it's setting up. I do have this here, and baby, it don't move. It don't move. Since it don't move, all I need to do, I'm gonna add the pectin. Though I really wouldn't have to, I'm gonna add it. It'll let it set up a little bit quicker. I want it to get to where I can't stir the bubbles away. just so I know it's really melted and activated. That's when we're going to turn it off. Go ahead and turn it off. Because it's so hot, I want the proper funnel. So when I pour it, I'm not burning myself. And one thing about these jars, I guess you could wash them when you get them after purchasing them. But I just purchased them and took the wrapping and stuff off. If I didn't mention that at the beginning of the video, so I'm not doing all of that. And all you need to do, get a spoon or something to ladle this into your container, jars. Let's see how many of this it fills. I think I'm definitely making a lot more than I thought I would, which I'm fine with. The thing is, I'm hoping I can make 4 jars because my cousin requested some, just like my grandma. And I mean, I can always make more if I go buy some blackberries from a farmer's market or something. Because fall is the second succession of like raspberries and blackberries. We'll go back with vinegar and clean the rims. Alright, let's get this. We are cleaning the rims with white vinegar. Not only the sides, but the top. See, I got some. Yep. That could mold. And I don't want nothing molding. I used to be real particular and got the very top edge of this on the inside. But I don't do it like that too much no more. But I think I am going to do it for this one. Alright. Now they can get jarred up. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and let these cool off because I got 2 half pints of strawberry jam that I'm letting defrost for when we do our cookies video. And so I need them to be at the same temperature. I don't need these to be extremely hot and those to be extremely cold. And both of these break. I don't want those problems, okay? So now we about to go ahead and do the banana bread. And then I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all ready? Alright, y'all. For this banana bread recipe, it's going to be fairly simple. I usually use the paddle, but today I'm going to use the whisk. So we'll go ahead and put this on. We're going to start with, of course, our bananas. These are bananas that I've been needing to use. It should be 2.5 bananas. I think 3 maybe. All I know is I need to use them. So it says 1 cup and 1/3 of mashed bananas, which is about 4 small bananas. We're going to get that going. Oh, if I plug it up, that's what we'll need to do. Then we're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is why my fingers got to be clean. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm doing a little bit more. It's all right. And they want 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. And then they want 1/2 cup, so a 1/2 cup, or 2 1/4 cups of brown sugar. They want 2 eggs. 2 eggs. 2 eggs. 1. 2. And they are room temperature. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, which is literally 1 stick. Or, I think it's 8 teaspoons. Yep, 8 tablespoons. And then 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Yeah, baking soda. Don't ask me how I know the measurements. Just know that I know them, and I clean under my nails because I have a brush for them. So don't come in the comments saying, ooh, that's so unsanitary. Not if you a nail girl and you used to needing to sit here and clean them. We're going to mix it all together, and then we need to add 2 cups of flour. Just so y'all know it's sweet, I actually got the brushes, all right? And you can get these off of Amazon, honey. They was like $12.99, and I got some blue ones too that's actually in use right now. Yep. Now everything is mixed up, and is it just me, but when bananas is mixed up and they get the little brown color, I think they look so gross. We need to add 2 cups of flour. We're gonna mix it up, and then we'll be good to go, okay? And it's time to go ahead and put it in this container. We're cooking it on, I think it may be 350. We're gonna double check and see. Okay, yeah, so when in doubt, I always think that something goes on 350 and then you can adjust while it's cooking. This is going in there on 350 for 45 to 60 minutes. I don't have any of the little spatula things that I'm looking for in that drawer. Alright, let's get it in this container. Now y'all can always add walnuts if you want to this, to make it a banana nut bread. But I had to go wash off one of these silicone spatulas. And I'm going to go ahead and pour this batter in here. In the oven, 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all. Food too expensive. I'm scraping the pan, honey. Every bit counts. It extends the shelf of the slice. Okay. Alright, in the oven it goes. Y'all, and just like that, we got everything made up. This is the banana bread. And then, of course, we got our rolls. We got our breads. We got our 3 3/4 half pints of blackberry jam. We got 10 half pints of watermelon sherbet. And we got our chocolate chip cookie doughs. Y'all, this video has been actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. So in the off season, we are really going to be doing a lot of stuff in the kitchen because I love being in the kitchen. So stay tuned. Continue to enjoy the gardening videos. But in the off season, y'all, we are going to be in the kitchen, chefing it up, having a good time. If there's recipes you want me to try, let me know, okay? This is good. God bless y'all. Until next time, see you in the garden. Later.